What's up guys, welcome back for another Yugioh Pro Duel video. So the new TCG ban list has dropped earlier today. Again, as you know, like the Guard Dragon engine took a hit, right, with the Agar Pain being banned. But still, you know, the other part of the Guard Dragon engine is still live. Cards like Yugioh are still unlimited in the TCG, so this kind of deck, danger-oriented deck, can still abuse it and of course open up very conveniently the extra monster zones for Pisty and LP, right? Again, I want to try something out, especially looking at one of the, well, like the good old school card coming back off of the ban list, I guess, being Super Rejuvenation. Again, as you know, if you played during Dragon Ruler format, the card back then was absolutely disgusting with, you know, the smaller Dragon Rulers discarding the bigger ones or whatever, and, you know, like using your Super Rejuvenation, and also because it's a super, at least it's a quick play spell, you could like activate one during the end phase, draw 4, draw 6, and then if you happen to draw into another copy, just again use that copy since it's a quick play, draw again like 4 to 6 cards. It's a crazy card. In theory here it should work out fine as well, again discarding dragons from your hand to the graveyard for example, or tributing them from your side of the field. Heretics has been like in the back of my mind, but that seemed like a bit too much to, you know, like put everything as, well, multiple engines, I guess, here in this particular deck. IP is your main to-go-to enabler, I guess, searching out your World Chalice cards, being the level 1, you know, the lower dragon, a tuner to enable your Guard Dragon engine. The strategy behind this deck isn't really new. The Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon is also one of those cards that, again, baffles me that the card is still legal, or well, you know, not once per turn. You can abuse it with, well, Pisty, with LP, with your one of Levianeer. Again, the card ratios might seem strange. On paper, this deck list is really ugly. I kinda agree, but I mean, it's really cool. It's not like top tier, like a deck you would take to like a round, at least an 11 round or 12 round YCS. Definitely not, but it's still quite fun. Again, the same strategy, opening the extra monster zones and using Pisty and LP. Making sure, again, you know, with, and that's of course the biggest difference compared to the strategy before, you know, with Guard Dragons. Nibiru has entered our format. Same for, you know, the Dark Ruler no more, which is of course this deck's biggest weakness, of course. Again, you can't negate it with any monster effect, so still, but yeah, it's a fun deck, right? So keep that in mind. But yeah, same strategy. One of the big advantages that Blue Eyes have is that they are able to go for the level 9 Synchro, being Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, to negate any graveyard effects. And I'm looking at the current TCG format. There are a lot of decks actually that use the graveyard or use those graveyard effects. So during the end phase, I think I discarded like 3 dragons. Was able to draw indeed 3 cards, but you're only allowed to use 1 Ash Blossom, and that, well, one of the reasons why I might want to like switch between hand traps, maybe 1 or 2 Ash Blossom, 1 or 2 Ghost Ogre, or maybe even DD Crow, depending on the format, right? So yeah, put everything to attack and eventually attack for a game. So second example, again going first, you know, like just showing off some possibilities, but again, this is not really new, right? Again, going first, the Danger Engine, giving me the extra draws and the potential level 4 needed on my side of the field to enable that IP Synchro Summon. IP is ridiculous, immediately searches out the Continuous Monster Reborn, right, and you know, that makes your LP instantly live. Just switch positions, then special summon one of the most broken cards here in the deck, being the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, and of course, the White Stone of Legend is not once per turn, so as you know, the strategy of searching out your regular Blue Eyes and then just send them back to the deck using your Yugioh. Again, it baffles me that Yugioh is not limited yet, just use it twice, I guess. But again, this is like a deck, Guard Dragons, you have to keep in mind, or you have to respect your opponent's Nibiru. Again, the deck definitely has options to play around Nibiru, and even if your opponent Nibirus you can still recover. If you open optimal, that is, since again, this is not like the, again, as I mentioned before, the most consistent top tier deck. So again, yeah, typical Guard Dragon stuff, ending with the one of Monster Negation, the one of Spell Negation, the Bouncer being the you know which one I mean, the Link to, it's, I've been testing whole day ever since the balance got revealed. Anyway, and the Blue Eye Spirit, of course, negating a graveyard effect and tagging itself out, or let it tribute itself to go for Azure Eyes, right? So protecting or giving some extra protection for the dragon monsters on my side of the field. So eventually going to the battle phase and attack for game. So yeah, quite cool, but again, pretty much the same strategy as we all know. So in this situation, again, going first, yeah, last duel, the fourth duel will be going second, which was quite okay. So going first here, one of the I think the best openers, I guess, normal summoning Sage, Sage being the level 1 tuner needed, and the Searcher, and you know, that gives you basically an extra target in your hand for dangers, for melody, or whatever. Have been thinking of what is it called? Cards of Consonance, the draw card, the Destiny Draw. Definitely an option, but as you have seen, the deck already counts like 44 cards, I think. So yeah, some standard stuff. There is a Nibiru. Again, the Nibiru was needed because, again, my next play would have gone for the rank 8 Exceed played, you know which one I mean, that negates monster effects, the Galaxy one. And that's an option to negate Nibiru, but have so many follow-up plays. Again, my hand was okay, and yeah, the Guard Dragon engine again shining, still alive, and kicking even without the Agar Pain. Okay, well, Agar Pain is just you know, like the top notch, the cherry, or you know, the cherry on the pie. But still, LP and Pisty enabling the Red Eyes or Bro Tower. Bro Tower is not in the deck, but again, it's also something you can definitely main deck. Due to the 1000 Eyes restrict, I'm forced to tag out my Silver Dragon, you know, Azure Eyes, eventually protecting my entire Dragon lineup, so they cannot be targeted. Definitely what was needed against a 1000 Eyes restrict. This was quite unfortunate, the opponent having the field spell, so and again enable, or at least able to dodge the Call by the Grave. That's fine again, okay, there is only one Dinkrisu on the opponent's side of the field, that's not really that threatening. So again, Dinkrisu being able to send the Silver Eyes from my field to the graveyard, but again, yeah, Red Eyes still on the field. I have so many follow-up plays ready. Sayuja again giving me the extra monster, so it's needed, and Unicorn will eventually bounce back Dinkrisu, and this is more than enough to attack for a game. I think I still have one Blue Eyes left in my, is it in my deck or in my graveyard? Yeah, indeed in my graveyard. You know, banishing the stone, making the Blue Eyes the alternative live in my hand. Basically extra beatsticks, extra extenders, level 8, you know, going for the rank 8 Exceed play, and so on, right? So last example, going second against Orcus, the new format. After, you know, playtesting duels, it definitely feels that Orcus is much weaker, you know, with the loss of Nightmare Mermaids. It's just, it has much less shenanigans, if that makes sense. Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Cerberus, again, can't lead themselves into a mermaid and, you know, set up the Orcus combo from there. So this is not really that strong of a... Well, it's fine. You have the double interruption here with Impermanence and Climax and Dinkrisu protecting your setup, but no field spell, so that's fine. And this was kind of sacky, I guess, with the dangers, providing myself some extra draw engine, and the Impermanence should have been used much earlier, much sooner. Then again, if Impermanence was used on Levianeer, the, what is it called, the Sayuja would have been summoned with 4 draws, so a bit iffy, but again, yeah, the LP again forced out the back row Impermanence here in this situation, and now it's just child's play again, quite easy, getting your beatsticks on the field. Sayuja's monster, or at least, you know, it's a special summoning effect, and Boral Sword instantly opens up the easy, super easy OTK. That's basically the deck, right? Multiple beatsticks, the deck definitely has options to play around your opponent's hand traps, but again, keep in mind, this is not tier 1, not top tier. A well-timed Ash Blossom or a hand trap can stop this deck in its tracks, but it's still fun, even though with Agar Pain banned, and let's not forget Super Rejuvenation live. Hieretics is an option, what is it called, Rockets, definitely, but yeah, I wanted to keep it with this. 44 cards in the main deck is still quite a lot, so again, like always, feel free to leave feedback about this deck list, right? But other options, like the Draco that that engine. Basically one card IP summons the cards of consonants as you see here in the extra deck. Nibiru maybe, the Savage Dragon, Wingbeat. Not really a huge fan of card destruction, maybe because of your opponent's danger card, so, but again it might be an option. Okay guys, that's it. Thanks for watching and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.